Well, hey there, so good to see you, Hidden Nation. Welcome into the studio. You got Josh Carey right here. It's your Hidden Entrepreneur. You're tuned in to 710 WOR. It's the voice of New York, sitting right here on that iHeartRadio network, which means you can download that free iHeartRadio app. Why don't you go do that as soon as this episode ends? And guess what you can do? You can listen to every episode, the entire back catalog of this show and any show you are currently consuming, along with every music genre that you love to move and groove to. Hidden Nation, we have a great show for you, especially you entrepreneurs, your local businesses. I'm sitting here with our guest, Randy Costello. He's the owner of PNW Web Designers, serving small to medium-sized local businesses all up and down that beautiful Washington state. He's here to tell us why we need a website and how to get the most out of your website so you can grow that business. Randy, welcome to the program.
Hi there. Thank you so much for having me. Happy to be here. Thank you, Josh.
I have to ask right out of the gate, simply put, why? In today's day and age, why do we need a website when we have social platforms that may or may not be able to do a very similar thing for our marketing?
Yeah, that's a great question. Love that question, by the way. And I talk to business owners several times a day about that specific topic. And I want to say the biggest thing is digital identity on your personal brand. And it's so critical, especially what you just said, especially with the day and age today. There's so many social media platforms, so many businesses on social media platforms that just really come and go. And I really echo this with the business owners that creating and having a website lets you have your own personal branding. You actually own the website, right? Versus the social media, where if you're only having social media such as Facebook and Instagram, and you're posting everything on there and that's all you're doing, you don't own that. And so if Instagram and Facebook, if you get hacked or they shut down, you lose your contact, you lose your photos, right? Everything is gone, especially if something goes wrong versus your own personal website. You can custom, you can create, you can add, and you can talk about stories specifically about your team members, and products come and go, and you can easily redesign it. In addition to that, when customers find you, right, other social platforms are so saturated with so many different businesses where they look something up and they say, you know what, I want to look up Rogers Pizza Place in your city. They can, you're competing with other pizza parlors in the area, but our job is to customize and SEOs and rank you to the very top. So when you get ranked, people see you, customers see you, and they are driven to your website and driven to your products or your services.
Is there a difference between a company having a website and an effective one that works? And what does that look like?
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of times business owners do tell me, "Hey, I have a website. I'm okay." And I come back to that and say, "Well, let's talk about website management." A lot of the business owners think that when the website's there, they think that a lot of people are just going to show up and that you should be known, and that's that. Sometimes most of the time when they do leave it up and just it sits there, it's outdated. The content's outdated. In addition to that, there are key element words called SEO that us designers and coders put in the back end to help you get ranking in Google, where if a business owner doesn't manage that correctly, it gets dropped, right? And when there's no when Google recognizes, especially that's the biggest number one search engine, when Google recognizes a website's not being managed, well, guess what? You were top three early in the work week, but as other business continue on, you're going to fall down in that ranking. And so, especially if you have a very, if you have a company, let's say, again, I'm using a pizza restaurant as an example, when there's 10 of you guys there and this company is using a lot of technology behind their website, you're going to fall behind and no one's going to see you and you're not going to get recognized.
What about AI? It seems like everybody's talking about it. Does that have a place in what we're talking about today?
I love that topic. It's one of our specialty in our team here. Now, local business owners, they sometimes think that, hey, with using AI and bridging technology into my business, two thought process here they talk to me about. One, I believe it's expensive. That's what they think. And number two, I don't want AI to replace my current my current employees. Well, we don't have to do that. My team will come in and really work with you and help you bridge AI and technology with your company. And little simple things such as, a language model, right? Chat GPT is the biggest thing right now. A lot of business owners are not really familiar with that. If they are familiar with it, how can you really optimize it to the best you can, right? And so that's where we come in, and it's a thought partner. It's there to help you write content. We're there to help you write those prompts on ChatGPT as an example of that. And in addition, we're all about customers, and so we have a customer software program that we can work with business owners to say, hey, you know what? You have a list of customers here. Let's talk about email digital marketing, right? You could talk about that. The other piece of that, you can also look at customers. If it's a restaurant business, you can say, with working with AI, that AI can actually have a conversation and data that would tell you these are the busy peaks on this time. And you can see stats and statistics that would back that up, that would help you make that decision moving forward with your operations. So as a website marketing agency that we have here, we help local business owners strive and continue to stay at that higher level with other competing businesses.
I love the vast knowledge that you and every member of your team
Yeah.
have. Before we part, can you give me one of your
Yes.
favorite success stories to date?
Yeah, yes, there is a local jujitsu gym here in Ocean Shores. It's called Beach Bum Fitness and Jiu-Jitsu. And when they actually already had a website, and I went up to that owner and said, "Hey, this is what we can do for you." And after a couple weeks of a deep conversation, we were able to redesign the website, a whole new look. He's competing with other jiu-jitsu and other gyms
Mhm.
in the county. And so my job is to make sure that he gets recognized, the business gets recognized, and drive more people to his gym. I actually just spoke to him here not too long ago, early in the work week, and I actually asked him, hey, since the website has launched, have you noticed an increase in customers, membership? Talk to me a little about that, and most importantly, sales. He said, Randy, I kid you not. Thank you so much for that big help. It has definitely increased everything that you just said, and so that makes me happy to see that. And so even to this day, I pull up daily reports to let them know where these people looking this up, how long they're looking on the website, what is attracting them on the website. So there's a lot of back end information on there that I provide stats and data to that business owner to help him make those decisions, making sure that his operation is successful. And so I love hearing that.
Mm.
That's something that I'm passionate about, seeing that businesses are striving when they come work with me.
Right, because it's not about just a good looking, pretty website, right? That's almost the
Right.
last of it. That has to be the
Yes.
means to the end, which is the end. It's got to be effective. And I love what you said when you were
Mhm.
talking about that case study, that you were able to see from anybody's website how you can improve on it just from
Yes.
looking at it.
Absolutely, absolutely. By looking at the website, I can see, just recently I was looking at a website and I noticed that there's some content that's outdated, months outdated. That tells me a couple things that
Mm.
customers are going to look at, is like, is this business still operating? And number two, if they see old content, they're going to go ahead and shut it down and move on to the next one, right? So those are the type of key factors that I look at and say, okay, what can we do to help out with this individual? Um, and also social media, what kind of social content are they
Mm.
putting out there? Is it outdated? I've seen certain, like, oh my gosh, they haven't posted since October 2023, but they're still in business. What is going on? Right. And so it's that problem solving, it's solution. So that's my job, to work with the team to go out and have that conversation with that specific business owner. And trust me, I've had people are happy to see me. I've had a few minor people that said, hey, thank you, but no thank you. And that's okay. I'm going to go ahead and continue to try to reach out to them, every now and then and see what we can do to help them out. So I'm very, like I said, I'm very passionate about that. Making sure that businesses get recognized, especially in the digital world that we're in today. And one quick story, I did reach out to this medical office who does not have a website. When I spoke to them several times, they said, Randy, I love your enthusiasm behind and trying to help us out, but we're not a technology firm. We have patience, we're okay. And I said, no problem. I didn't push, but I am going to talk to them again. I'm going to say, when patients look up on their insurance to see who they can see, the first thing that they look at, do they have a website? And so when they don't have a website, they move on to another doctor or medical office, right? Whether it's chiropractor, optometrist, etc. And that specific office has lost a potential patient, right? And so and it's not good. It's a disservice, I believe, to the community, because it's all about the customer. It's all about the patients. And so it's like, oh, I really need to see so and so, and they don't have a website. I'm going to move on. So it does sadden me that they don't want to work, whether it's with me or someone else. It's like, I truly believe every business deserves to be on the web, regardless whether they work with me or somebody else. I believe that there's no really reason not to have it to this day and age.
I agree. Your passion is admirable. I feel it. I get it. I know that everybody in your local market does too. I want to thank you for doing the work and providing the service to help, because I think you've proven one thing here is you're willing to have the conversations. You're willing to speak to business owners, to educate them on the need, not only of a website that is effective, but beyond that, the social media, the AI integration, everything that you and your team does. Randy Costello, the owner of PNW Web Designers, serving the beautiful state of Washington for all your website marketing needs. Thank you, sir, for coming on and educating us today. I really appreciate your time.
Thank you so much for having me. Have a great day. Thank you so much.
There you go, Hidden Nation. I hope that this has invigorated you to take a new look at your own marketing campaign, your own website, your own outreach avenues, whether it's social media campaigns, email marketing, AI integration. If it makes sense, reconsider it. Get in touch with Randy Costello and take the good step. Thank you for investing your time today. As always, get out there, do the good work, be seen, be heard, do what you have to do to put in the good work. We're going to do this again before too long. Thank you for tuning in. Until we meet again, take care, be well.